Hey guys, Pajama Boy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today in Fallout 76, I'm going to show you how to get flora and how to stabilize it. Now, you're going to need flora for like endgame content, like a jetpack for your guy like I have right now, or a jetpack for your power armor, certain mods, certain weapons. You're going to need flora in order to build that shit. So I'm going to show you kind of what I'm talking about. So come over to any crafting station you have, go down to nuked flora. Now this is the stuff that you're gonna need if you're gonna want to build like endgame items. So in order to get the flora, there's two steps. The first step is to get the flora from nuked zones. So if you have a full set of power armor or a radiation suit, I recommend equipping that before you going into a blast zone, because without it, you're pretty much just going to die from radiation. Now, there will be certain plants in there that will be affected by the nuke blast that will change the plants, and you need to pick up that said plant to collect the flora. Now, the second part, you'll have to kill enemies inside the blast zone, and they will drop the glowing mass, the hardened mass, and the high radiation fluid. Now, this flora is like a food item. It will rot or perish or whatever. So you're going to have to do this fast. You're going to have to collect the flora, so the plants, which I'll show you what they look like, and then you're going to have to kill enemies while inside the blast zone to pick up their, the hardened mass and high radiation fluid to stabilize this stuff. Because if you don't do it fast enough, it'll rot and you have to go and collect it all again. Now, to make this easier for you, there are some perk cards that I recommend you have on. So for perception, it's called Green Thumb. This will make it so when you pick up plants, you'll pick up twice as many, so you're not sitting here all day farming these damn plant flora. And the second one is in luck. It's called Good with Salt. Now this will make it so your food doesn't spoil as often, so it'll really come in handy when you're trying to collect this flora. So once you have that stuff and you have your hazmat suit or said power armor, let's go collect that plant. So once you're at the nuked zone, I mean, you can do it at this one where the Scorched Beast Queen is. That's pretty much for everybody nukes nowadays. But for the best result, I would nuke the White Springs Resort, because it's filled with ghouls and yellow cake flux and I think violet flux. So you can get all your flux here and kill a bunch of ghouls to get the material to stabilize it all in one go. But unless you don't want to fight your way through a silo to launch a nuke to launch it there, then you're gonna have to go with what you got. So once you're inside the blast zone, you'll see these different colored flowers. Now this one will give you violet flux, I do believe, and you're gonna need a lot of that for the endgame shit, especially like jetpacks and whatnot. The second plant is these blast berries. They'll be purple. They're noticeable, you'll notice them. They give you crimson flux. They're mostly just like out in the field or near water and stuff. Now if you do kill enemies while inside these nuked zones, they have a chance of dropping the high radiation fluids that you need. Sadly, no hardened mass, but So once you have your glowing mass, high radiation fluid, and the flux that you need, let's go back and stabilize it real quick. Now that you've got your flux and your, if you're lucky, your high radiation fluid, come back to camp and let's stabilize that real quick. So I can stabilize some crimson flux and some violet flux. Now before you stabilize this stuff too, I would recommend putting on a perk card called Super Duper, I think. It's in luck. Yeah, it's called Super Duper. So it gives you a 30% chance to duplicate the item that you're making. So, I mean, might as well get duplicated of that stable flux so you don't have to keep farming it. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out, guys. If it did, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll get to them as fast as I can. And I will see you guys in the next video. And just remember, kids, we all die alone and afraid.